I do feel like Theodore Whitmore could have got more out of the boys. Not that I'm saying it is the way forward, not that I'm saying we would have qualified for the World Cup.
People, the man is not saying Tappa in before you guys start to kill him. Welcome sports fans, welcome back to another video. I'm your host Jamaica.
I'm Rush.
And this is Decide That Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting and riveting sports discussions, debates and topics on the internet.
But we will be in the stadium. And what we want you guys to do, send us some questions that you want us to ask the players after or before the game. We want to represent the fans in the stadium. So follow us on Instagram at Decide That Sports TV. I'm pretty sure it's on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Still here.
It's still on the screen right now.
Yeah. And now just DM us and send us some questions. If you cannot get to Instagram, you can comment under this video also. Because we want the questions. We want to represent the fans in the stadium. So if you have a question that you want to ask Mikel and Tony per se, or Kevin Stewart, or Ethan Pinnock, or even Andre Blake, Damian Lowe. How does he feel about the suspension and if he feels that affected the team in the part? Just put the questions there, people. Talk to us. So today, we'll be doing the preview to Jamaica's game versus Costa Rica on a Wednesday in the National Stadium. We'll be telling you guys, our expectations for the game, the whole campaign, and just giving our starting lineup. So we'll be doing the usual. It might be different from the normal preview, but this is what we'll be doing today. So let's get right into it. Feelings and expectations for the game. How do you feel going into this one? Well,
as you can see, this today, upon a Monday when we record this, not a great day. Coming off of a terrible Sunday, full of headaches and stresses and pains. As you can see, the hoodie over my head because it's a representation of my mood.
Man, dark, Bridget.
Yeah, I'm in a very dark mood. You get me? I say, I found the hoodie show the darkness, but feelings towards the game, not very optimistic. This is probably the least excited I've been before a regular boys game in my whole entire life. Honestly. Obviously, I would be watching my boys because they are my favorite sports team, for good or for bad, for better or for worse. But yeah, it's not a good time to be a reggae boy fan right now. Expectations. God, I don't know what to expect. I don't know if they will rally behind the poor performance and try to give the fans something. I don't know if they would have already quit. I don't know if Paul Hall would have already surrendered. Because I listened to an interview and it seemed like it seems like he's done with the campaign. I listened to an interview, it's like it's an unsuccessful campaign, however they still want to get something from it. So will his starting lineup be affected by the results? I don't know what to expect. What do you expect?
Well, first of all, my feeling going into the game is not a good one. Same as yours, but I'm just there to watch some football, bro. It's similar to Arsenal. Very similar. In a shorter period of time too. So now, supporting the team disappoints us. Now it's just watching the game with not even being too interested in it. So that's my feeling going into the game. The expectations, however, I feel like Jamaica, I feel like they'll get a performance. We'll get a performance from the boys. Yes, I think that we will. I'm wondering if we will see a different lineup, put in some of the Peter Lee Vassels and Richard Kings and Damian Lowe's and Alvas Powers and then just call it a day. I feel like I might see that. So
I don't think we'll be seeing Alvas Powers. I almost can guarantee you that we will not be seeing Alvas Powers.
Yeah, but I feel like some of the favorites will be benched and some of the guys that haven't featured much in the campaign will get a start.
That's a possibility.
And just, call it a day, as I said. This campaign is over, time for the rebuild. So not much from the game. One topic I want us to cover in this video though is Paul Hall.
Alright.
Was this a good, was this succession a good one from the previous head coach? Because the previous head coach went to 4 games unbeaten and then Paul Hall's first 2. In fact, his first 3.
Not only 4 games unbeaten, but are only winning the campaign thus far.
Came under him. We gave Paul Hall the most important games of the campaign and 2 losses. So, how you feel about Paul Hall?
That's a good question.
I also want to ask, could Theodore Tappa Whitmore have done better in these 2 games?
2 very good questions, and I would like to think that reluctantly he might have garnered better results. I do not think Tappa's way is the way forward, but I think Paul Hall, seeing that he probably wanted to be more aggressive and to be more forward and to be more assertive with how the football is being played, and not have enough time to get the guys playing the way how he wants them to play, that might have been more of a liability than an asset. That might have been more of a negative than a positive, right? So maybe Theodore Whitmore using three holding midfield and using his long ball strategy might have garnered 2 points from the last 2 games. Who knows? Because as you said, Theodore Whitmore hasn't lost.
But my opinion on that is that Theodore would definitely have gotten more than 0 points from these 2 games. I feel like he would find a way. I feel like he would find a way to at least draw 1. Theodore Whitmore is not going to. I don't see Theodore Whitmore conceding 3 goals in many games. You know what I'm saying? 4 goals. Conceded 5 goals in 2 games. He was not known for that. Losing the game late, I can't say that that's much different from Theodore Whitmore.
Yeah, we've seen late goals.
Performance-wise, no improvement. But I don't want us to come down on Paul because he only had this team for call it a week or so. So I'm not going to say it has affected Paul's credibility as a coach or his how people look at him. But I do feel like Theodore Whitmore could have gotten more out of the boys. Not that I'm saying it is the way forward. Not that I'm saying we would have qualified for the World Cup.
People, the man is not saying Tappa in before you guys start to kill him in the comment section.
Not at all.
He's not saying that because I know that we have some people that might be just anxious to kill us for some reason.
Yeah.
He's not saying Tappa in.
And remember, guys, we're not going to be biased. Not because we were calling for Tappa said mean that we're going to stick to it and say, oh, Tappa would have done worse and got 5 from Mexico. Yeah. No. We honestly believe that Tappa could have done better. But Paul, didn't turn it around as we wanted him to. And I feel like that is just because he didn't get enough time.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
you don't think it's because of the lack of quality and Paul?
No, in fact, I think the players let Paul down. I really believe so. Because you can call it that the Mexico game was all down to, player error. Individual mistake from a few, I might say maybe 2 players or 1 player.
Yeah.
In the Panama game, again, I feel like one of those goals the goalkeeper could have done better.
That Panama performance was the worst performance.
Again, the players let Paul down. Daniel Johnson and Robert Morrison couldn't control a ball to save their lives. Yeah. Mikel Antonio couldn't control a ball to save his life.
Or make a single pass.
So we saw that Paul was trying to tell them, hey, play the ball, put the ball on the ground. And in the few moments of the game that we did, we looked like we could possess a threat. Got 5 passes quick and Rebel Morrison at the edge of the box. Yeah. Turning, got a shot off. Some of the few moments. But we didn't do enough. Also in the Panama game, why do all these short teams feel like they can just throw crosses in the box and get results against Jamaica? What do you think about that one then?
I think that goes down to a lack of time together on the training pitch. I think set piece management and just management from squares and crosses, so on and so forth, that has to be something that you work on. Or tracking, marking and pressuring on the wings to shut down squares, and then when we unsuccessfully shut them down, to deal with them in the area has been so bad this campaign, it's been laughable. If you guys go back and check how many aerial balls from squares affect us, whether it be from the direct square or the second chance.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but we do need to work on how we manage balls from the squares.
Yeah.
It's not only our wing backs, even though they do have a part to play, or central defenders or midfielders also have a part to do with how we
goalkeeper
and our goalkeeper.
I feel like Andre Blake should have been a little bit more, aware. His position should have been way better, and they could have commanded this area a lot better. But
for this whole campaign, not even just in the Panama.
That's true. As I said, it's just my feeling. I feel like the players let down Paul in these 2 games. I would say in the Mexico game, a few, but more so in the Panama game, I feel like the whole team let down Paul. Let's get over to our lineups though. How do you?
Before that, the Daniel Johnson substitution, wasn't that a peculiar moment?
Yeah, it was a weird one. Yeah, that came out of left field. Daniel Johnson for Lamar Walker. You were saying that it felt like he was quitting on the team?
Yeah, and the moment I saw Daniel Johnson being subbed off, I was like, that is so weird, he was not having a great game, and he was walking a lot, and all of a sudden out of left field Daniel Johnson off, and She ran off the field, and I was like, I think Daniel Johnson just quit on us.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
I have a sneaky feeling that him and Ravel will be sitting beside each other on the bench for 90 minutes.
It's a weird one. Lineup, how would you go if you were the head coach for the Jamaica men's national team?
If I was the head coach, I wouldn't go 5 at the back this time. You know, I would go 5. I would go 3 at the back, but I wouldn't go with wing backs. What Paul Hall spoke about is substitution, to take off Kemar Lawrence and to bring on an attacking player. Bobby Reid wasn't playing left back. Bobby Reid was playing left midfield. He was playing 3-4-3. That's what he said. So he said he was using 3 central defenders, and then he was going to attack, which made sense because he wanted to go forward and come back from the 3-1 deficit, right? So people were saying, why didn't he make a like for like? Because he didn't make a substitution to take off a left back to bring another left back. He took on a left back.
That was not the tactical decision.
Yeah, exactly. So he did switch to 3 with Javier, Maps, and Ethan Pinnock, and then pushing the team forward in a 3-4-3. And as we saw, Bobby Reid got the assist from a square one and so forth because he was playing left midfield role, right? So I think he might go for 3-4-3 again. You know, and I wouldn't mind seeing something different. Like if we lose, who cares? You know, I hope to see Damien Lowe back in the team, Ethan Pinnock, and probably I'd go with Marietta again. You know, maybe Liam Moore, and then I would go with. I'd go with on the flanks. I would go with Junior Fleming on one side, Bobby Reid on the other side. I'd go with Kevin Stewart and Daniel Johnson. And then up top, I would go with Mikel Antonio, Corberg, and Andre Gray. That's what I would. I think that would be something different, you know?
Alright. To mix it up, I'm not going to predict that theory at the back just because we've been doing it for the longest.
Yeah, but this variation that I just went to is way different than what we normally go with. We normally go to a 5 at the back. I'm not sure why people say 3 at the back. It's a 5 at the back because we use a left wing back and a right wing back. So it's 5 at the back, to be honest. But I went with a 3.
No, I understand it perfectly. I know that we'll go 4 at the back, probably to start. So I definitely feel that's my strongest team. If I was Paula, just to build the more, just to lift the moral of the country, just to lift the moral of the team, and just to show what we have, show what we can do. It was an unsuccessful season, or unsuccessful campaign, but this is what we have going forward. So I definitely Andre Blake in goal, Damien Lowe and Ethan Pinnock, Javier Brown, Kemar Lawrence. Right? I got the strongest team. Then I go 3 in midfield and 3 attackers. Kevin Stewart at the base. Daniel Johnson, Ravel Morrison. Then I'll go Mikel Antonio, Bobby Reid, and I don't know why Corberg came off in the first half. I like what I saw from Corberg and Mikel Antonio. That was working well together.
It was probably injury cause.
If he's fit, I'll go Corberg. That first half, every time I saw Mikel Antonio and Corberg working together, that looked good to me.
So, guys, with that being said, you know, we spoke about our lineups, we spoke about our expectations, we spoke about Paul Hall, right? There's nothing much more to say. You'll be hearing from us again very, very soon. Guys, you already know what I'm about to come with, the math, because I don't see it being done. Yes, we are growing slowly and we appreciate it, but we can be growing much faster, right, Rush?
They're not going to listen to you this time, I'm pretty sure.
Each one of you guys out there, all of our new subscribers, all of our old subscribers, if you can get us 5 subscribers by sharing this video and all of our other videos done in the past, you know how many subscribers that can get us by the end of the day?
Yeah.
So what we not do? What we not do?
Yeah.
But anyways, with that said, guys, this is This or That Sports TV.
And we're out.